Hello and welcome to Infamous, the audio podcast. This is Brandon, or Mutilus on Discord.
This is Parker, go by one who parks on Discord.
This is Aaron. I go by Treffenwood on Discord.
Welcome back to another exciting episode. I guess getting it started as usual. Do you guys watch anything fun over the last week?
Fun. No, I've kind of been on a weird kick of YouTube channels about like deep esoteric and modern economic philosophy. Like I've been
Definitely not fun.
Yes,
it's
you could
not
have
fun.
just said no. No would have
It's
sufficed.
not fun.
We're all on the same page here. That's not fun.
That's the thing is,
but I appreciate that we're now talking about it anyway.
No, I'm saying I'm not going to try to tell anybody about it. When I watch these things,
Good.
I know I'm not sharing it with anyone. It's just interesting to me, and it really is just
Except for right
interesting. But it's not fun. But I do get enjoyment out of it, and I've never tried to.
Did you
puzzle
guys
out
do
why.
anything fun this weekend? I was like, I chew up some broken glass and swallowed it. You're like,
That's
that's not what I asked.
It's not like that. It's not. I'm not. It's not like a masochism. It's not that hard. It's
you
usually
sure?
actually one of my favorite channels I'd like to watch. The guy is actually, it's not a preachy kind of let's find all the reasons why things are wrong or broken or busted, or let's like I
More
do
of an
know those channels
observation
exist
as opposed to
yeah.
like just complaining.
Yes, a lot of those channels are like just piling evidences for why things are unjust, and that's not what this guy's
This is
channel
the Photoshop picture I found that proves my point. You're like,
Right.
Good point. Like, you got me.
Or here, yeah, and this guy's really is just like a historical philosophy guy, and he just talks about these different people's ideas that have been, through history, and it's really is just he just presents thought puzzles and exercises that these men and women came up with, and he just talks about them, and it's just he talks about them as they are. He doesn't try to say they're good or bad or how they relate to everything we do. So I really appreciate those, and that's what I've been staring at the most. That's the only thing that and just rewatching Rick and Morty. That's really the only thing I've been doing recently, I think, watching wise.
No, you definitely got your section carved out there. It's just where the Rick and Morty and current economic stuff overlaps. That Venn diagram that is just one circle.
I'm here. It's with me.
Yeah. All right, Aaron. Instead of telling me about all the stuff you watched that wasn't fun, did you watch anything that was fun?
Yes.
Nice.
So I'm still trekking down my house crusade.
Nice.
There are 8 seasons. I'm in season 6 now. But the first 2 episodes of season 6 might be the best 2 episodes in all 180 different episodes.
Oh, spoiler alert! I want to know.
Yeah, what happens in
really
those?
Good.
Don't tell me.
Oh, you haven't seen House?
I haven't seen the season 6. I watched through
Okay.
season 4, and I think life happened. Like I was doing this in college, and like I broke up with my girlfriend or something, and I was watching it with her. Like there's something that stopped me cold from watching it. You continue your story. These 2 episodes are good.
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. If people want to Google or remember season 6, it's the first episode, part 1 and part 2. Normally I kind of like play on my phone while I'm watching. I'm just having fun. But I was like, put the phone down. I was riveted for 2 episodes. It was really good. So that was enjoyable.
Cool. I know there's a section towards the end where it's like every season is a big upheaval as opposed to serialized, where like the earlier seasons are.
I haven't gotten to that.
Okay.
A little bit. There's definitely, I would say probably every TV show, not just House, has
there's
some long-running thread through the entire season. Even the first season had it. And then just it provides a little bit of structure that they wind the dailies around.
The thing that surprised me most, probably when I watched it the first time, was how readily were willing or unable to keep a cast. Like they were ready to change people out. It seemed like almost constantly. And then like the show still worked pretty much the whole time. Like you'd have your favorites, right? Like Olivia Wilde was in the show for a while.
Yep.
And then like there's the original 2 doctors that ended up getting like dated for a while, I think.
Yep.
And so
as you are completely binge watching it, what really sticks out to me is that it's clear that there are not an infinite number of random diseases that aren't readily
It's
diagnosable.
never lupus, except when
right?
it's lupus, because we ran
It's
out
either
of other things.
amyloidosis or sarcoidosis or lupus or
Cancer.
autoimmune. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
It
There's only like 4 things they ever bring up.
Right?
It's always one of the 4,
Because
yeah.
if you watch it once a week, it doesn't click in your mind. Which one you watch 6 shows back to back, you're like, huh, they just regurgitate the same diagnoses week after week. Because literally that's all they, unless they want to start making up diseases that don't exist.
Yeah.
That's all they can do. So you have to appreciate the construct that they're working with then as the writers.
I liked it the most when it was always like 2 things mixed together, which is why it was hard to diagnose. Like I always thought those were like the better reveals when it's like, oh, he also has this weird fucking infection, which is masking 2 symptoms or something.
Yep.
And so, but yeah, that's also very apparent on Walking Dead when it's just like this episode, you're like, okay, so we just robbed this gun factory, so now we've got all the guns in the world. We have so many guns, we're considering trading some of them to other people for food. Next episode, we are so low on guns. You're like, what? What happened? It's literally been 9 hours and you lost all your guns because they just didn't check the notes when they were writing the plot hook. And you're like, come on, man. Like, this is a serious TV show. Like, come on. There's like insert reason for conflict. And you're like, okay, did you just literally roll a D6? Like, come on.
I'm still on season 10 of Game of Thrones and the last 3 episodes. Sorry, season 10 of Walking Dead and the last 3 episodes of Game of Thrones. I don't know why my family won't sit down and finish it with me. It's driving me nuts.
Wait, what? Oh, they won't sit down and watch it with you?
Correct. I'm watching Game of Thrones with my wife, and she's just so busy. We literally, for the past month and a half, haven't been able to fit in 3 episodes. And then watching Walking Dead with my son and my wife. And clearly, she didn't
You're
have
getting up
either.
there. Let's see. Let's do TV show stuff first. So I really like the later seasons of Walking Dead more than the middle seasons. I like, obviously, the earlier stuff's good. Basically, everything through the prison is good, at least for me. Some people didn't like the after the prison or after the farm stuff.
Yep.
But I liked everything through the prison and then hit and miss after that. But I like the time skip stuff because it kind of changes the point of the show a little bit away from problem of the week and more about long-term problems. And I enjoyed that more. It obviously had its problems still, but any show that runs for that long about zombies, I can't believe they even came up with that much shit to do.
Yep.
But yeah, from what I've heard on the grapevine, you should just not watch the last 3 episodes of Game of Thrones.
So I've also heard the same thing. I'm not as emotionally invested into the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler, I already know the outcome. So it's probably going to be fine, right? We'll see.
I actually wouldn't. I was a very big Game of Thrones fan, and I was monstrously disappointed by the end of the show. But honestly, I wasn't disappointed by the exact outcome. I thought it was a little weird. I thought it was a strange choice.
It's just the way they portrayed it.
It was so rushed. It felt so anticlimactic. There were so many other parts of the show that were so climactic, and they felt so good. Like the pacing was so strong, and I every season felt so well paced and so well built up. They did such a good job of the peaks and valleys of that show as it went, and then the end just deflated like an old condom. It was just terrible, and it was very, very sad to watch it because here's the other bit: the pacing is so bad. It takes like you said, the last 3 episodes. They're not short. You're like watching this really painful, gruesome, like bad version of this thing you love for like multiple episodes in a row. You're like watching it slowly die. It felt so weird. I desperately wanted anything else after the show was over. I feel like it deserved another season maybe, or 3 more seasons. I don't know. Just like it. And I know that sounds stupid and impossible, and in production style, I'm sure it is. But that's what it felt like it deserved. And the fucking bastard still hasn't written another book. Can you imagine? Can you believe that? What a doucher. So
I think he's honestly terrified that people are going to realize he's a bad writer if he kept writing.
I don't know. I don't think they were. I mean, I read 2 of them, and I didn't actually read the first ones. I started with Storm of Swords, and I did not think they were bad. I thought they were just fine.
Everything I've
wrong
heard
with
about his writing is that he's very good at world building, but not so great at the actual interaction with characters.
I would say yeah, like B+ for characterization, A+ for world building, sure. But that was
Yeah.
okay. I mean, it's a fantasy book, right? Like it's a
No, sure. I mean, there's tons of really bad writers out there, but
Yeah.
like I think he just got to the point where there was too much like on it for him to do anything that would be accepted.
and that's
Like
one of the reasons.
he was afraid that the TV show is basically going to be the next book. Whereas like everyone's going to shit on it, doesn't matter what I put out.
And there's not. And here's the thing. I think this is the part that really blows my mind. The adaptation to the show is really strong. In many ways, the show, I think it's carried by a good cast of actors and a really good team of writers. They did a very good job with the show. Like, you care very much about so many of the characters. They did a great job. And probably better than his books in many ways, for the characterizations anyway. But man, the end of that just felt. So yeah, I'm glad you know what the end is. I'm glad you know that you'll disappoint you, as long as you're cool with that. Although I think the list of television shows that I've watched all the way through in which the end actually satisfied me is like probably 3, ever. I think television shows are almost impossible
You
to
wanna
land.
name a couple?
It's exactly Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec ending.
Parks
And it was
Rec
still a
nailed
little
it.
odd because they went to like the Netflix production for the last season.
But I think they nailed it. I think they nailed that last season. I think it was
if you watch
landing.
it concurrent though, it's not like Arrested Development bad, but it is jarring because there's some clear like separations.
There's a little
watch
bit,
it back to back.
But I felt like they landed the plane perfectly. Like, it's exactly every character got what they deserved, and they paced it really well.
They definitely cared about all their storylines, which was really good. Like, it was clearly done from a place of somebody who cared about the content. I thought Supernatural was actually a good ending. The way the show kind of stops is not great, but it's kind of, there was like nowhere left to go for the show, so they had to have a thing that ends the adventure. But the like memorialization they do after that catalytic event, I thought was perfect. Like, they clearly put years of thought into how they were going to end the show, and they had even like kind of secretly leaked stuff like to the public over time, like, hey, this is kind of what we're thinking we're going to do, and they definitely lived up to memorializing the characters in the show, I thought.
Aaron, you did, before we get done with TV, I have not watched only really esoteric shit. I realized when you said you were watching something with your wife that my wife and I have been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And that show has been really fun.
It's so good. Oh, it's so good.
I cannot stop. The jokes are very, very good. But now I'm just blanking on his name. Peralta's. I can always remember Jake Peralta's character's name, and I'll know his actor's name. But his best friend.
Oh, Andy Samberg.
I know, yeah, but Jake's best Boyles, yeah, Boyle.
Yeah.
I cannot help, everything that comes out of Boyle's mouth makes me chuckle and like giggle and sometimes full out laugh, like everything. Like his obsession with mothers, like he always sees himself as the mother figure, like in every situation. And his constant like bad euphemism, like he always wants to pick like a name for himself, but it's never cool. It's always really weird and lame.
He's always the guy that doesn't realize he's being lame.
Yeah. And then people
How far
always
are
like,
you into it?
Boyle, don't do that. He's like, nope, I'm leaning in. It's just like he doesn't ever lean out. He's never embarrassed. That's the thing I love about his character, is he is embarrassing, but he's never embarrassed, which is a really cool character. I really like Boyle. Charles Boyle, one of my favorite characters ever.
How far are you into the show?
I'm on we just started season 5, I think.
Okay.
Jake and Amy, or maybe we're in the middle of one. Jake and Amy just proposed in the Halloween episode.
Well, I don't think Aaron's seen it because he wrote it down.
Oh.
I'm writing down something else. No, I have not seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
You should watch it. It's very good.
Okay. On what service is Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
It's been on Hulu mostly that I've seen it.
Now it's on. Right now I'm watching it on Netflix, but I think it starts strangely at like season 3. Like the first 2 seasons are not on Netflix.
Yeah, I think it's like some kind of. They have the rights to like things that aired on a certain network during a certain time or something.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine I think was the best comedy on TV when it was running. It was very good. And there's a character that in-house that's on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I don't know if you're far enough into House to know who it is. I don't think it's a spoiler that the actor's in the show. So the guy who plays Raymond Holt is in House for a long
that's right.
time.
Yeah, he is. He's House's psychiatrist,
Well,
right?
don't again.
How's that
I
a
don't know where
spoiler?
Aaron is.
That's probably the episodes I'm referring to.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I'm there.
Okay, good. Okay, cool. I have a story for Parker.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the shop randomly and started talking to one of the Flesh and Blood guys. We randomly got on the topic of books, and so I found another Dresden Files fan.
Oh, he is a fan already?
Yeah, we we're both kind of just randomly mentioning books. Like, we're like, oh yeah, I listened to Audible because we started talking about MCP because he's transitioning into MCP from card games, and so he's like buying some new models, and he's like, oh yeah, I always heard like painting was such a chore. I fucking love it. He's like, I just sit down and relax. It's so peaceful. I was like, yeah, I love like putting on an audiobook. And he's like, oh, I love audiobooks. And we just started talking about titles we liked. And then it was just this like moment of pause where we're both like, yeah, so I kind of like fantasy books that like are more modernized. And then it's just like, and we both just kind of like look at each other for seconds like, Dresden Files. It was great. And he's like, yes! And so we talked about Dresden Files a bunch. But then we traded novels back and forth that we also liked. And so he gave me a bunch of stuff I want to try out. And I told him about the Reckoner series. And I told him about Alex Virus. So what he told me, though, is Jim Butcher's son, named James Butcher, is an author, and he releases modern fantasy books as well. And he says they're actually really good.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm going to try those. Did any of you end up buying anything on your Steam wish list?
I bought 7 games.
Nice.
Including Midnight Suns on Josh's recommendation. Otherwise, I bought the 6 that were on mine. I'll give you a quick rundown.
Go for it.
One Deck Galaxy. A little complicated, but a great game for like 40 minutes of just time killing. Library of Ruina is a Korean game that does not have please select your language here in English anywhere. So It took me quite a while to get the language changed into English. That's down the road a little bit. Darkest Dungeon 2 is fine. Lobotomy Corporation is the same Korean company that made Library of Ruina. I might have overstepped there. King Arthur Knight's Tale has so far been the winner.
Ooh.
Tell me why.
It is. I have scratched the surface of this game so far. First of all, I love the concept. I thought this was going to. So it's like Chaos Gate Demon Hunters. It's a turn-based, square-based. You have action points to spend with your squad.
Like XCOM, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like XCOM.
Ooh, I love the sound of this so far.
And I thought it was going to be like some Camelot-based, right? It's called King Arthur Knight's Tale. It's the fucking reverse. It's some weird world where Arthur and everyone else is dead, and you're coming back to kill Arthur, even though you're all revived, respawned dead knights instead of alive ones. It's a little
I'm
weird.
Watching the trailer, and it looks more like Diablo meets The Witcher as opposed to King Arthur.
Right? Yeah. So not what I was expecting. But you get a what seems to be a very complex system of civilization management. Like you hire your knights, they put this knight in charge of the chapel, this knight's in charge of training. You recruit the knights you take with you on your very specific mission, and they each like you or don't like you. There's a lot of very good RPG aspects with loyalty and whatnot that I don't care for, but some people will probably like a lot. And then the combat is very much just turn-based, right? You've got the squares, action points. You have abilities that you can level up with each different knight. So there looks like there's a lot to unpack with the game. So
cool. I put it on my wish list. It's still on sale for 70% off.
For another day, yeah. So I have not yet played Midnight Suns or Portal, which are the 2 games I got. But I figured I'd get every game, a good hour to begin with to see which one was going to, tickle my fancy. And that's the one that won so far.
I don't know if you've looked into Midnight Suns very much, but it's basically a 3-person XCOM team game again. But you have a deck building mechanic that determines which moves you can use in combat. And then you have to do like role play side quests to like level up different character reputation and stuff. I haven't played it either, but I looked into it a lot. I got it for free. I recommend getting it for free. I do not currently recommend paying for it, but I also don't not recommend paying for it.
I paid some small amount, whatever it's on sale for.
Yeah.
I bought it and I played it, and I can tell you that at first I was intrigued. I thought it was kind of cool, and I was like, because it's deck building, right? So I was like, I wonder what some of the other cards in the game are like, because you can invest in cards to upgrade individual cards. That's like one of the things that resources are used for. And I was like, okay, cool. If I'm going to invest in a card, I'd like to know if it combos with other cards. So I just want to look at the decks, right? And so while I was looking through the decks, I was like, wow, this seems really obvious. Does that make sense? Like each character's deck seems like really obvious to optimize, and I immediately got really put off of it because
Does it have a lot of like deep run because the upgrades are so obvious?
No, it's more just like I was kind of hoping for broader decks that let you do more than one thing. Like, or characters like Captain Marvel could be a blaster, or maybe she could be a puncher type, or maybe she could be like a tank. Like, no, she does this thing. This is the one mechanic that she does. If she's not doing this, like, you're definitely playing her not. Like, you could play her poorly, I guess, but clearly this is what the deck is supposed to do. And so you're just kind of building the one thing the deck does, and you do that for kind of each character. I didn't see a lot of
how you combo the characters together. I would imagine it would be different.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's not.
That's what I was going to say. It sounds like it's more about which characters you're combining than how the characters build.
Exactly. So like the decks are really kind of, you just build exactly what it looks to be most optimal, and then the difference comes from choosing the different characters. And I guess I was more excited to play it like a deck building game, something more, a la Monster Train, where every time I run with the same characters, I could build different things and do different things. And this is less variable than that, but it's not a roguelike, so it makes some sense, I guess.
The thing that turned me off the game, because I was actually really excited for it before it came out, and then I got it for free like 2 weeks after it came out on Epic Games, and the thing that kind of put me off is I was watching some videos and everyone said that you had to play like the Demon Hunter type character that like is like the main character in the game. So you can only pair 2 people with her instead of having any 3 Marvel heroes you want. Like you can't do Iron Man, Wolverine, Blade because one of them has to be the NPC of the game.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of lame. So you can only really get 2 heroes in. And so I don't know, that kind of just irked me a little bit. I was like, I don't want to be stuck to some generic character it's not like I'm not a fan of. And so, but then I also just don't have a lot of free time to play video games. So
I've been playing a lot of a looter shooter that I let go of for a long time. It's now on year 7, and they're still supporting it with expansions and DLC.
Destiny 2.
No, actually, they are doing that with Destiny 2, but I've got burnt out hard by Destiny 2. I usually don't join a bandwagon of Exodus, like usually when games start to wane, people get kind of, there's a hype train that builds about leaving them. And I generally resist that. I don't like when people just go, this game is bad, and all of a sudden there's like this whole like zeitgeist builds around leaving it. I don't appreciate that. But I
find that's the best time to keep playing because all the dickheads are gone.
Generally, yes.
That's really like the way I look at it. It's like, thank God all these bandwagoners are gone. I can get back to playing with people that know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. But I really just have burnt out on the game. Also, it is best played with other people, and a lot of the people I'm playing with are not playing right now because it's
damn bandwagoners.
It's just stale, is what it is. Like the game is, and I recognize that. So I went to another looter shooter that my friends are playing, and the Division 2 is super fucking fun. It is a really fun game. It's another one of those games I'm sure you can play on Steam or you can get it really cheap. But they just made another expansion, the last DLC that just came out like 2 months ago, and the game is still big. Aaron, there is one thing I actually thought of you when I was watching a crafting video today, because the Division has such a crunchy gear organization, like subsystem. It's so insanely crunchy. I thought of you and Path of Exile because it is very much you get a single pair of gloves, and that pair of gloves has like somewhere around 4 different, it's like there's 3 different slots for stats. Each one of those stats could be different depending upon that drop, and then you can maximize each stat or recalibrate each stat, or then take another pair of gloves that's an identical name and then put it into a proficiency. And once you get proficiency stack 10, you can then put in expertise, and that expertise gives you more stats. And just like there's so much time that you can spend just organizing your gear and maximizing your gear, and then of course you can play the game. And so I thought a little bit about your spreadsheets, and I was like, Aaron would probably appreciate this game's like intense attention to that kind of potential, like to somebody who just wants to get really crunchy and spend a lot of time just making sure their character is absolutely optimized.
Mm-hmm.
It is a good game if you want to spend a lot of time optimizing a character. It's not like Destiny at all in that way, because Destiny is very much, you got the piece of gear, cool, go play. It's about the gun play, right? Division is more about optimization, and for that reason, I'm having a lot of fun right now because it's very different than looter shooters I've played before.
Cool.
It is on sale for $7.50 right now.
Yeah, it's not expensive.
All right. But did you buy anything on your Steam wish list?
I said exactly what I was going to do last cast. Gloomhaven.
That was all you bought. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And you played it 0 times since then.
I have played it 0 times. I've just bought it.
Gotcha. Alrighty. So to my Steam wish list, I started off and bought Sid Meier's Civilization 6, which as I said I was going to do. Have not played it yet. But I've played the game before. I just haven't played it on PC yet. Then I picked up The Mines of Moria, Lord of the Rings Return to Moria. I played it a little bit. It's interesting. I'm trying to think of a game it's similar to. It's like an adventure game that has Minecraft elements to it. So it's got a little bit of base building, a little bit of survival, a little bit of combat. But mostly it's like you're exploring the mine so far, and you're trying to figure out like how to get in and like start rebuilding civilization inside the mine. And you're like the grandson of Gimli or something. And so anyway, it seems pretty cool. So far you get to choose like what clan you're from, which gives you like different bonuses and things. But it's been okay. I also picked up Lord of the Rings, Shadow of Mordor, and the sequel, Shadow of War. I played a little bit of Shadow of Mordor. Parker, did you ever play this game?
I know of it. Is that the one where you can kill orcs and like you can they become part of your war band?
It's just Assassin's Creed, but Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
It's been pretty cool so far. It's got a little bit of a learning curve to it where I don't know. I just started fighting stuff and it was going pretty well. It's just odd. Like some fights are so trivially easy, and then some fights are extremely difficult. And it really, so far, the difficult part of the game is figuring out which is which. And so you're like, all right, can I fight these guys? You're like, oh yeah, these guys die easy. And then it's like, oh, 3 bosses ambush you, and you're like, oh well, fuck. Because when things kill you, they level up, and then it just permanently is that much harder to fight for the rest of the game. And it's like, well, fuck. And so you randomly dying is actually pretty detrimental. It's probably the most important character death mechanic I've played with in a long time.
That is really cool. I really, really like that.
Yeah.
And the fact that I've never heard of a game doing that before now is kind of criminal. Like, that's such an obvious thing, right? Like, if you lose, in the game, then they level up. Like,
there's basically like the heroes of Sauron is like his lieutenants and captains and stuff. So there's like a regiment of like 30 of them. And they're all grayed out in shadows. You can't even see who they are. And then as you start learning information, you can either interrogate orcs for information on who their leader is, or you can just go find information out in the world by like finding intrigue points or like discovering them while they're out doing stuff. Like you run into a slaver guy pretty early. And so when you find him, then it pops up information in your menu, and you can go in and look at it and you're like, oh, this guy, like he's a slaver. He does all this stuff. Like he works for this other guy, but he's like famous for these 2 things. And then you can start collecting information on him, which gives you more detailed combat info on him. So you can find out, oh, he's immune to sneak attacks, or he's immune to ranged attacks, or he does extra damage against this type of defense. And so you can like learn how to fight them if you dig into it. But if you don't, then you're just blind to all that. You don't know what they're resistant to and stuff. And it turns out some of them are incredibly deadly. And so the one guy I kept fighting was he has this like big ass crossbow. He's just a skinny little orc, but he has an ability that lets him shoot 4 times at once. And so there's like a dodge mechanic in the game where it gives you like a little pop-up. I'm still learning the combat system. And so it's like, it'll do this little pop-up. I'm in like mid-attack, so I don't get it right. And then you just get shot 4 times, you die. And it's like, okay. And then he levels up. He goes from level 7 to level 8. And it's just a straight percentage increase, apparently. And so the next time you fight him. And it's just like, then he kept ambushing me because he was like hunting me down after that. And so anytime I would get into a fight, he would just ambush out of the woods and just fucking kill me again. And I was like, this guy's fucking... I got me so mad. I played till like 5 in the morning until I finally killed him.
Anyway, see, that's kind of awesome. I really, really like the sound of that. I've watched some gameplay of it before because the cutscenes are really dramatic, and they... I don't know how canon they are, but a lot of them are about Sauron and his past and stuff. And I've done some deep lore dives because I refuse to read the Silmarillion, but I'll watch a YouTube recap. And some of this stuff looks really fascinating. Like it is a very cool universe, and I love Assassin's Creed. I probably should play the game. That and Arkham Asylum are 2 games that I think it's criminal that I never played because I like Batman and I like Lord of the Rings, and they're just like Assassin's Creed versions of those things.
Yes. I played Batman Arkham City. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, it feels kind of like that, where it's like open world, go do whatever you want. Like the first thing I did, because you're kind of in like that Morgul, Minas Tirith area, and you're a ranger, so you're like you're a ranger captain. So you're wandering around, you're finding like these waypoints that reveal more parts of the map, and there's just this huge settlement of orcs, and you just go around and just do whatever you want. And there's a lot of quest lines in there as well. I have watched both seasons of Rings of Power on Amazon. Have you watched them?
No.
Okay. They got not good reviews from what I've been hearing.
I heard people they
get shit on pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like them. I don't understand why people are mad, other than they had to change. Like, I understand Tolkien people are like, this is the ancient text, like, you don't fuck with it. Like, I get that. But at the same time, it's like, then the show can't exist because, like, these timelines are so far apart. It's not possible to make this show without skipping hundreds of years of time. And so it's like, I get that. And like, then there's a half elf they put in the show. There's only 7 half elves ever, and there weren't any in this time period. And you're like, sure. Does it really matter though? Like, should they have changed it? No. But does it affect the plot? No. Like, get over it. Like, but the thing I want to say about the Rings of Power is, because I also never read the Silmarillion or the original novels. I just watched the movies. I really like the information they've put into the show, because I started rewatching the trilogy. And there's a ton of shit that I just like glossed over that was just like words, right? It's like they say a bunch of words. Who cares? But it's like, oh, well, now I know who Celebrimbor is. And like, I know the relevance of this city, and like all this shit they were randomly talking about the past suddenly has meaning, and it really enriches the experience. And so obviously reading the book would do more, but I think the show existing is a good thing.
I don't think reading the book could do more. I tried to read the Silmarillion, and
I tried to read it in high school too. I couldn't get through it.
It's like, can you read an encyclopedia front to back? Can you read it in another language that no one recognizes because it's fucking Elvish? You're just like, well, no. Well, you probably won't like the Silmarillion. That's my hot take anyway.
Yeah,
I know some people would shank me instantly if I talked badly of either or any of those books, but I think Tolkien was like he took the George R.R. Martin thing, and he just like went to a place of insanity, which is just like the readability of those books is so low, but the world building is to a degree.
Supreme,
it's like the 5th fucking dimension. Like he went. I've said this many times. I think he was mentally disturbed. I think he was, in a really real way, like clinically insane. Like, you can't do the things he was doing without like a level of psychopathy. You have to have it, right?
Because he was like famously a linguist, right? And so like languages were his thing, and so like he wanted to create all these languages.
Yeah, but the worlds and the intricacy of the stuff he was doing, it was kind of like, I get somebody like wanting to do it, and then there's somebody actually doing it, right? And I'm just like, okay.
Sure.
Like, as a thought experiment, a linguist could say it'd be interesting to have a world, like where these have different language rules and stuff like that. And there's another thing entirely. Be like, I'm going to make it, and I'm going to have multiple different stories set in it, and I'm going to create a functional a deep history encyclopedia of it. You're like, that's.
I mean, his world building was so spectacular that it inspired multiple other entire like IP genres. Like the whole concept of that's just Tolkien. Like it's perpetuated all of like fantasy culture entirely.
Right. Like high fantasy, there's high fantasy before he lived and then after he lived. Like those are the two kinds of fantasy.
Yeah.
And the modern world doesn't even really, like, you have to get into the weeds to find somebody who knows like fantasy before Tolkien, right? To like recognize it as not being Tolkien influenced, because so much of the stuff he did touched something. So I'm taking nothing away from the man, but also giving him this little like, just man.
So my plan is I'm going to try and do the audiobook through Spotify. It's on Spotify Premium. So if you have Spotify Premium, you can just listen to Lord of the Rings audiobooks for free. And so I plan on doing that. And we'll see if I get through it this time.
I wonder if the audiobook would actually be much better. Like that.
Yeah, because I won't be thinking about how to pronounce all these words constantly, and I'll stay more focused.
Yeah. Here's something that I actually we started listening to on all these, because I've been on so many road trips recently with my family. We started listening to Harry Potter series on audiobook. And I loved the last Harry Potter book so much because she was writing it for young adults and adults, right? I tried to start from the very beginning of Harry Potter, and I couldn't because it was written for children. And it really is just very difficult to read from an adult perspective. However, the audiobook is charming as hell. Like, I am enjoying the audiobook so much. So I wonder if the same thing would happen to Lord of the Rings. I really struggled to read Lord of the Rings because I couldn't read it without thinking it. I couldn't read it as a non-author, right? Like, not that I've authored anything, but I've done so much creative writing. Yeah, I've done so much creative writing training. I can't read things without thinking from the author's perspective. It's hard for me to do that. And so with Jim Butcher, I love what he chooses as an author, and so I can easily read him. I don't care. But I wonder if I would really enjoy Tolkien if I wasn't focused so much on the authorship, and I was thinking mostly just about the story, hearing the story. It'd be interesting.
Okay, so the rest of my Steam wish list. I picked up Deep Rock Galactic, also have not played. And I think that was it. Let me just double check. Yes, that was all I picked up. Two Dwarf games, 2 Lord of the Rings games, and Civ. Speaking of Tolkien-esque, do you want to go into Mojo World?
Yeah, yes. I like this. That's a good segue.
Thank you, Aaron. Parker just fucking left me hanging there. He's just staring at his screen. All right. So this week, we're choosing our favorite old world factions, or Warhammer Fantasy if you're not, under the age of 25. Starting off this week, we have Aaron Franklin. Go for it.
Oh, man, we gotta dox my last name and shit.
Dox your last name? I'll edit that. Hold
on. No.
Sorry, mister. I don't like using fake names.
So...
Treffenwood will go first this week.
I have the relatively probably incorrect statement of saying that 1990s Warhammer Fantasy Battle was the peak of gaming.
That is strongly incorrect, but not from a bad place.
Okay.
No, there's some truth to that. I will agree.
The Hydra Sword having 80 attacks, so you think that was a good place?
Well, it depends if we're talking early or late 90s. I say early
okay.
90s. I still have a large chest that I painted my favorite Warhammer armies logos on. And my wife never ceases to give me shit about it. My favorite Warhammer army on the tabletop, by far, Orcs and Goblins. You can play...
So many entire different armies.
Yes, you have your Savage Orcs. Let's just paint them all up and go frenzy. We have Forest Goblins riding spiders. Man, GW was fucking nuts back then. You think they're good now? They were nuts back then. Yeah. Night Goblin Fanatics randomly spinning out of your units when someone came within 12 inches. Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Right? That just the rules that they could come up with for all of the various different orc and orc mechanics, like
The trolls,
all the
so many cool
animosity
things.
was horrible unless you had a black orc nearby, right? So the black
Mhm.
orcs would kick the other ones in the line. They really crammed all of the theme meshed with the rules to make an incredibly dysfunctional and yet functional army that was incredibly fun to play and play against. So orcs and
Mhm.
goblins, number one.
All right, Parker.
Oh, not even close. Lizardmen, top of the heap.
Ooh. I didn't think I was going to get these two.
Oh, I know.
I
I
thought
know
there
the
was
first
no
one.
chance.
Can I guess the first one? Can I say it at the same time?
You can guess it. Go ahead.
I know vampire counts. It's got to be one.
Yeah.
That's the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, vampire counts, like doing undead, and originally, obviously, from an early '90s perspective, it was just undead. It was all one list. That they broke off Tomb Kings later. They got rid of a bunch of stuff. Yeah, vampire counts is my favorite. The way they portray, and again, like when I look at Warhammer Fantasy, it's not like, oh, here's an army of orcs and goblins, just like I think Aaron was trying to say. It's like they make it feel like a world actually exists with these people in it because the thought they put into the rules behind them. And like reading the stories of like the vampire counts just plaguing the empire just out of sheer malice. Like they just wanted to be dicks. It's like Vlad von Karstein would just show up, kill entire armies, and just like leave. Like that's all I wanted to do. Goodbye. Like it's just so dickish and it's so great. And then there's like they're so terrified to even go into their territory because they're just going to give them more bodies. It's just very cool. So vampire counts is my favorite. Next up is dwarves. I think the way they portray dwarves in a war game is so perfect almost. Like they've got like the heavy armor guys, they've got miners, they've got the kooky guys, they've got runesmiths, like they got the berserkers. It's just such an all-encompassing version of the orcs.
The slayers
Or the dwarves.
and dwarves
Slayers,
are fantastic. Yeah, like you're right. They have engineers and runesmiths and like there's a lot of cool fluff in there.
They have cannons. They've got organ guns. The goblin hewer. Do you know what the goblin hewer is?
Yeah, I know what the goblin hewer is.
It's so hilarious. Aaron, you know what the goblin hewer is?
No.
Okay, so it's basically a high-speed conveyor belt that they have as like a cannon, and they just got orcs with round pommel ends, or sorry, axes with round pommel ends that just feed into it like a fucking pitch machine. Yeah. It just throws axes in a straight line.
Yep.
It's supposed to just cleave through units.
It's supposed to take things and put them in twain.
So dwarves were my number two. Gyrocopters.
Yeah, gyrocopter.
Tons of different cannons, different types of cannons. And it could have just been like obviously what we played, but one of my friends played the Grudge Bearer, like the big guy that's on like
the Book of Grudges. Yeah,
he walks around carrying that, and then the runesmiths being able to imprint different runes into the cannons before they fired, and then the entire army being about grudges. Like they could not have dipped more in the theme. It was good.
I posted a picture of it in the chat if you want to see what a goblin hewer looks like. It's fucking great.
It's my turn, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm actually going to go back because I got to say the word lizardmen. I didn't get to talk about it at all. And I'm just going to say something real fast.
Nope.
I get to.
to.
All of you guys talked about how much you love your stuff. There's two things about lizardmen.
It's not my fault you pass.
I love that lizardmen did the Aztec theme. I think that was just a really cool idea. They just kind of layered that on top of, like, they could have just made lizard guys that were mindless lizard people. I love that they gave them a culture, and literally that culture, I think it was a really cool choice. Make them the new world. Lestria as the new world is a super dangerous place. I think it was a really awesome idea. Again, part of the world building did it around the lists.
Exactly. There's tons of lizard folk in lots of different game like backstories and stuff, but no one has ever done them as this like high civilized society of lizard people that like have this multi-caste system and everything. Like, yeah.
Right. My second one is most definitely the Skaven. It's another one of like rat people, and like were-rats have always been a thing in fantasy like this, but I love the assassin theme, the Undertale kind of theme where everybody is down, not Undertale, that's the game, but under city theme where they're I loved the concept. Skaven assassins are still like some of my favorite like character concepts in any game, and it doesn't matter how many times they redo them. I just love them every time. It's like the one model that I could take from every generation and love. I think they're just fantastic. I love the Skaven concept.
The whole concept of like the plague seers and all that stuff too,
Yep.
like
the white rat.
The
white rat is just like the horned rat. Like that stuff was cool too.
Yeah.
I love that.
The plague censer bearers, the claneshins, all that stuff.
The warpstone weapons,
the Jezzails.
Yeah.
Again, they did a really good job of developing them further than just like the face of the faction.
I'm staring at my Doom wheel right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Aaron,
this
your
is gonna
final
be
pick.
problematic. I thought I had enough. I was wrong.
The good ones go fast.
I mean, normally we disagree on shit. So my next one's going to be obvious. It's the last one that I had. High Elves.
I wondered if somebody was going to say them.
As much as the other ones are all like crazy shit that we're talking about, the High Elves literally took the high road. But there was something majestic about the Dragon Princes. Like, I don't know if you saw the Dragon Princes, the metal models.
Yeah.
And then the
White Lions, like they were.
Yep, the White Lions with the cloak. The models were awesome, but they were just this very professional, pristine-looking army.
They were regal. Yeah.
Yes, they were very regal. And then you had I don't know how to pronounce their names, Tyrion and Teclis or Teclis.
Teclis.
Yeah, you have it right. Yeah.
That obviously led. You could just kind of picture them leading this disciplined army into battle. So I really like the aesthetic that they bring, and obviously they had the rules to kind of back them up with their my 90 bowmen get to all fire, and you used to have an army. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't hate High Elves until I want to say it was the 7th edition box came out, and then they just randomly gave the entire army strike first, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was just so pissed. Alrighty, you got one more.
I know.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to go with ones that I've actually played, and it's gonna be the Empire. And I wish I could have more good things to say about it, but I don't.
I will say that for generic fuckheads, they did a really good job of portraying them as generic fuckheads. Like, there's no shame in Empire, like the whole like way their units work together. Anytime you can field people without shoes, you should. Like, that's just a good choice in fantasy battle games.
Yeah, they did the whole. High Elves were the regal one, and they were the foot soldiers that the High Elves would all look down on.
They also had a tank. Like, tanks help.
They didn't have tanks. They had Karl Franz riding a griffin. Ooh, I'm about to change.
They're fire mages. Like they were all literally like wild mages.
I gotta swap it.
Right, Wizard.
We gotta swap.
Oh, you're swapping.
You already picked Empire.
No, I take it back. Instead, we're going with the Lamassu riding Chaos Dwarf Sorcerers. Chaos Dwarfs.
The Chorfs.
Chorfs, yes.
They weren't a legal faction at the end of the game, so
I don't give two shits about that. Yeah, whenever you can.
I got the real dwarves. That's fine.
The weird shit that they were doing and riding with the hobgoblins and then the Chaos Dwarves. Yeah, I'll take Chaos Dwarves over Empire.
Okay, Mr. Parkour.
I'm about to display my ignorance because I don't know if these were actually I know they were in Total War, but I don't know if they were ever an actual faction by themselves. I loved Kislev.
Yeah, Kislev or Bretonnia? Bretonnia was.
I was not, because Bretonnia was like the French like style, and I was not a fan. Kislev is the Russian style. They have like the hussars.
I don't think they were.
The bear riders.
There might have been some units available, but they weren't an army.
Okay. Well, I love the Kislev. So let me go back. I'll go back to the anymore. I'm going to say then, for my last one, if I can't do Kislev, I'm going to do the only Warhammer army I ever had. I had like lots of small collections, but the only one I ever had a full list of, I'll go with that because I really love the Wood Elves. I thought their models were really cool. I thought skirmish across every like unit was cool. I actually really liked the tree people. The old like the last.
The Ents were actually pretty cool. Yeah.
The Ents and the Dryads, I thought they were super cool. The War Dancer concept is still one of my favorite solos in the game. Is the War Dancer. They were not. I think they weren't cool. They weren't super cool lore, but I think they were super cool models. I really like their concepts.
It's hard to be all in on a old GW fantasy army for the models because a lot of them were just super basic. But that was kind of the charm.
Yeah.
Is that they were like, yeah, this guy is an elf with a bow and a cloak. And you're like, congrats.
Well, I think the Wood Elves were one of the last ones they did, right? When fantasy was still fantasy, I think.
I mean, no, Wood Elves had been out for... I mean, I guess it depends on which time you're talking about, but...
Oh, man, this would have been...
I don't think Wood Elves... I think Wood Elves got axed before the game ended.
I think I remember playing against Wood Elves, and I stopped playing in 96.
Yeah, no, Wood Elves had been out for a long time. They were one of the newer full factions, but yeah, they were definitely out for a long time.
Oh, fuck
and
no.
Then there was...
Oh, I'm pulling an Aaron. Officially,
no,
this is
nope,
Aaron.
it's too late.
I don't even know what that means. Oh,
I'm going to switch.
Okay.
I'm switching to Ogre Kingdoms because that one.
You guys, I've got one more pick, and you guys are picking 4 factions over here, trying to fucking make me worry.
We gave up 2 of them. You can take them back.
Yeah, but those are the ones I want. Every time you guys name the faction, I like literally let out like from High Elves to fucking what was it? Skaven, Chaos Dwarfs, and Orc Kingdoms. Each time I was like holding my breath, like, please don't say the one I want. Please don't say the one I want. And then you're like, you name something like, oh, thank God. And then you're like, no, I'm going to change it. I'm like, fuck you.
Keep you on the edge of your seat. Drama. Ogre Kingdoms is super fun. I love how they went. I love their models, just the big, lumpy barbarians.
They're lumpy.
And I really love like the hunter thing with the big monsters. They just barely. Also, the Noblars are like goblins, only somehow more pathetic. I really like the Ogre Kingdoms.
Cool. They're lumpy. They look like skinned potatoes.
Yeah,
they're just like all like random jagged edges on their arms.
Yeah, and I love the whole just like it's all about food, right? Like everything about their society is around eating. I think it's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So that leaves me with the final pick. I cannot believe this one made it all the way through. Warriors of Chaos.
I know some people love that fantasy, but Warriors of Chaos and Empire are 2 specific ones. There's nothing about their aesthetic that I appreciate. I see how someone can. I just don't. So you're never.
So I remember when I first started playing the game, and I was like, this Chaos Army's kind of dumb. And I was like, they're okay looking or whatever. And then I saw the Mark of Chaos trailer for the video game. Have you ever seen it?
Mm-mm.
I will send you the link after this. It is maybe the best cinematic ever for GW. Like it's really fucking good. And it's an older one. And it's simple. There's not a whole lot to it, but man, it's so good. It makes Warriors of Chaos seem so terrifying. And then like a week later, I went in and a friend of mine was playing. And I'd never seen him break out his Warriors of Chaos before. He had Archaon on the big demon horse and like a whole army of Chaos Knights. And I was just looking at his models like, dude, these guys are so badass. It made me want to play Chaos Warriors. So ever since then, I thought they were cool. Alrighty. Oh, I know you'll like the Mark of Chaos trailer because there's a wood elf in it.
Ooh, look at that.
At least I think it's a wood elf. I'm not 100% certain. He wears a cloak, though, so it's very likely wood elf.
Oh, it looks like... Okay, so I looked up Kislev to find out if it was actually in Warhammer Fantasy, and I don't know. This is really weird. The internet doesn't seem to be very straight about this. It's definitely in Total War.
Probably means no. Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff in Total War that's not.
Yeah. Makes me sad.
Anyway, I think that's going to wrap it for us today, unless you guys have anything else. Okay.
Nope.
Thanks for tuning in this week, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed. This has been Brandon.
And Parker.
And Aaron.
And you've just listened to Tolkien.
So what are we going to call this thing?
I got it. Okay. Incredible, new, fantastic, astonishing, mighty, original, uncanny, sensational podcast.
I'm just going to put down infamous.